Today we are going to be doing a booty workout at home. So if you haven't watched this video already, why your glutes won't grow and 3 ways to fix it, I highly recommend you watch that first before doing this workout so you get the most out of each exercise. All you're gonna need is a mat, a bench, and a couple of sets of dumbbells. And also guys, you can see here I've got my Strong Curves bands. So these are gonna be available to buy very, very soon. When they're ready, I'm gonna put a link in the description box below. All right, enough talking. Let's get into this workout. Starting with a hip flexor stretch, make sure that you tilt that pelvis so that you really feel the pull through your hip flexors and your quads. Your knees are at 90 degrees. Keep squeezing those glutes to really help you stretch the hip flexor. Bring the arm overhead, and you should feel a nice stretch through your side body as well. And now bring the foot slightly forward. We're going to go into a dynamic stretch here. So this is lizard, and back into a hamstring stretch. So just moving backwards and forwards here at a nice pace. This is really going to help you open up the hips, stretch your psoas muscle and your hip flexors as well as your hamstrings. And we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So again, a hip flexor stretch. Tilt that pelvis, feel the stretch all the way through your hip flexors and your quads, core tight, squeeze those glutes. And then bringing the left arm overhead, stretching that side body. Bringing that right foot forward, dropping down again, and back into the hamstrings. Just a few easy dynamic stretches. Don't push yourself too much. This is just to really lubricate the joints and warm those muscles up. Going straight into a yogic squat. We're going to do this with a chest opener, so bringing one arm overhead, really twisting the body, looking up towards the sky. If mobility doesn't allow you to get all the way down, then you can lift the heels up, maybe on some plate weights or on a rolled up towel. You want to push the elbows into the knees and really open the hips. Next, we're going to go straight into some leg swings. So you can hold on to a wall or a pillar for support. Swing those legs full range of motion, opening up the hip joint. Swapping onto the other side. And there we go, just shake it out, and we're ready to go with our core activation. So go ahead and lie down on your mat. We're going to start with a knee reaching crunch. Keep that spine flush against the mat. Don't arch your spine at all throughout this movement. We're going to lift the shoulders up, squeeze the abs, reach for those knees. We're not going to be doing a crazy ab workout here. This is literally just to warm your core up so that we can support our glute movements later on. And straight into toe touches. Raise those legs up in the sky. Squeeze the abs and then raise the shoulders off the mat. Touch those toes. Again, making sure that your spine is always pressed into the mat. Protect your lower back, guys. Now into flutter kicks. I'm holding onto the mat for support. Brace your core, spine flush against the mat. And now we're ready for our glute activation sequence, so go ahead and grab your band. We're going to pop the band around our ankles. The first exercise we're going to do is the PPT butt squeeze. So this is a posterior pelvic tilt, drawing my pelvis down and squeezing as hard as I can. I'm going to hold that squeeze for 3 seconds and we're going to do 15 reps. If you're not sure how to do this move, then go ahead and check out my video, Why Your Glutes Won't Grow and 3 Ways to Fix It. There should be a little card in the top right hand corner. Absolutely master this move first before you do any of the exercises in this workout. Should really start to feel it burning now. Keep squeezing those glutes as hard as you can. And we're going to go straight into a hip abduction. So ground through that right leg. Keep the core tight. Do the posterior pelvic tilt. Squeeze the glute and then lift the leg out to the side and slightly back. You can hold on to the wall or a pillar for support. Keep constant tension on that band. Don't let it go slack. Squeeze hard. We're going for 20 reps. Switching legs, we're going to ground through the left leg now. We're going to raise the right leg, keep it nice and straight. Constant tension on that band. Push that band as far as it will go. Squeeze that glute hard. Make sure you keep the body completely stable, so no yanking or twisting movements. Core tight. Is it burning, guys? Definitely burning for me. Okay, now we're going to go lie on the mat. I'm going to do a butt plank. Sounds a bit weird, I know. Heels onto the edge of the bench. Dig the elbows in. Keep your core tight. Do a posterior pelvic tilt and then lift your hips up. Squeeze your butt cheeks together as hard as you can. We're going to hold this position for a minute. The more you squeeze those glutes, the more stable your butt plank. So we want those hips up to the ceiling. Posterior tilt. Don't crunch into your lower back. This will work your core too. Pretty much like a reverse plank. Don't get sloppy, don't let the hips drop. Keep squeezing, guys, we're nearly there. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Now we can relax a little bit. Next move we're going to do is a clamshell. So you want to put the band just above your knees, scoot over onto your side, feet on top of each other, bend through the knee, posterior pelvic tilt again, open up those knees, bring that top knee all the way to the ceiling and hold for 5 seconds here. You want to keep constant tension on that band, so don't let that knee drop. We're going to do little pulses now, so this should really start to burn. Knee to the sky. Don't stop, nearly there. And quickly switching over to the other side. Same deal, posterior tilt, core tight. Open up the knees, nice and wide, holding for 5 seconds. Release and let's go again. Squeeze those glutes as hard as you can, keep that constant tension. Last one here before we do some pulses. And let's go. Constant tension on that band, don't get sloppy. Keep squeezing. Nearly there. Oh, it burns. Mother of God, it's over. We're going to have a little rest here now before we start the glutes and hamstring circuit. This is where it gets serious. So grab your dumbbells and let's get into it. Grab your heavier dumbbell. We're going to do a hip thrust. So get into position. You want to do a posterior pelvic tilt. Squeeze those glutes hard. Core is nice and flat and tight. Pivoting off the edge of the bench. Digging through the heels, bring the hips all the way up towards the ceiling and squeeze those glutes hard. Make sure you're not splaying out in the core or crunching into your lower back. Your spine stays neutral throughout. Don't just scoop the pelvis. Just a few more here. And then we're going to go straight into a single leg hip thrust. So exactly the same setup, but just bring that right foot central. Dig through those heels. Again, squeeze those glutes. Don't just crunch into your lower back. This is really going to burn. Just keep going. Ooh, look at those facials. Ouch. Let's get straight into the other side. So left leg in towards the center line, digging through that heel, squeezing those glutes all the way up to the ceiling. Nearly there, guys. And relax. Ooh, oh yes. Now we're going to sit up on the bench. Pop the band just below your knee. Sit on the edge there. Pelvic tilt, core tight. We're going to roll on the outside edges of our feet, pushing the knees out. So keep that constant tension on that band. We're going to go for a minimum of 40 to 50 reps here. So just keep squeezing them out. You should feel it on the side of your glutes, and it should really be burning. Look at me praying to the booty gods.
Ooh. Don't stop, don't bitch out, you can do it. Nearly there. And rest. Picking up a lighter set of dumbbells, we're going to go into a stiff leg deadlift. Notice how my shins stay vertical throughout. I'm taking a little micro bend through my knee and pushing my hips back as far as they'll go. You should feel a really big pull through your hamstrings. And then I want you to dig through the heels and explode back up, snap those hips forward and squeeze those glutes hard. Make sure you're keeping a nice flat back throughout. Don't arch the spine. Don't crunch into your lower back. Just go as far as your mobility allows. Putting those dumbbells down, we are going to go straight into kickbacks. Nice flat back, bending through that grounded leg. Sorry about the blur, you guys. Keeping that constant resistance on that band. Keeping the leg straight, push it back and out to the side slightly. Notice how my body isn't twisting or yanking, keeping as stable as possible, letting the glutes do all of the work. Oof. Okay, quickly switching sides. Same deal. Constant tension on that band. Squeeze that glute at the top. Don't get slack, go for full range of motion. Should really start to be burning now. Don't stop. Nearly there. Taking that band off for an elevated single leg bridge. Bring one heel onto the edge of the bench. Posterior tilt, so nice flat spine, keep the core tight. And then drive the hips up towards the ceiling, squeeze those glutes at the top. Make sure you're not just crunching into the lower back here, so really think about that posterior tilt and squeezing the glutes. You should feel this a little bit in the hamstrings as well, that's perfectly okay. I like to really dig my heel into that bench. Swapping sides now. Squeeze all the way up. You can bend your knee in that leg that's in the air, especially if you feel it in the hip flexors a little bit. Just don't stop, you guys. Hips all the way up. Squeeze hard. Nearly there. Is it burning, you guys? Ooh. And rest. Grabbing the lighter pair of dumbbells, we're going to do a split squat. So taking a nice lunge forward, bring the back of the foot onto the edge of the bench. See how my weight is slightly forward as well? I'm pushing off the front foot, so dig through that front heel. That's the glute that's going to do the work. Don't push off the back leg. Go for full range of motion and bend all the way down. Swapping sides now. Just let those dumbbells loosely hang by your side. Really focus on digging through that heel. You should feel this in the right glute. Full range of motion, you guys. Good job. We're going to drop that dumbbell down and just keep one of them. We're going to do a weighted kickback. This is a little bit tricky. If you have ankle weights, even better. You can just do this banded or body weight too. Nice flat back. Push the heel into the ceiling, squeeze the glute at the top. Doing really good, guys. I know it burns, but don't stop. Quickly switching to the other side. Really awkwardly, like I'm doing. Securing it in place, so bring the heel towards your glutes and then push that heel up towards the ceiling. Again, nice flat back. Don't crunch into your lower back here. You should only be feeling this in the glutes. Nice pulsing movements, constant tension on that glute. Nearly there, you guys. Keep squeezing. Okay, you can pop your dumbbell to the side. We're going to grab the band. Place it around your ankles. Lying on your front now for the last exercise of this circuit. Push your hips into the floor. Raise your legs slightly off the ground and then pulse against the band. Keep constant tension. This is a great finisher. You're doing so good, guys. Nearly done, nearly done. Keep squeezing and relax.
Hope you enjoyed that workout, you guys. I'm gonna do a lot more follow along style videos because I know you like this, especially for all the ladies that can't train at a gym and want to work out at home. So if you have any other suggestions for other workouts, let me know what you'd like to see. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you in another video. Bye.